Learn English through story. The dark allure of desire. In the bustling heart of a city that never slept, there lived a woman named Allure. She was a successful architect, celebrated for her innovative designs and unwavering ambition. Her life was a meticulously crafted structure, much like the buildings she designed, neat, functional, beautiful, and devoid of unnecessary chaos. However, beneath this polished exterior, Allure harbored a restless yearning, a deep-seated desire for something more than the accolades and high-rises that defined her existence. Allure's world shifted the day she met Adrian, a charismatic artist who had just moved to the city. Their first encounter took place at an art exhibition showcasing Adrian's work, a collection that exuded raw emotion and passionate elements Allure had suppressed in her own life. She was captivated by his art and equally drawn to the man behind it. Adrian embodied everything she felt was missing in her life: spontaneity, depth, and an irresistible allure that pulled her toward him like a moth to a flame. Adrian was unlike anyone she had ever met. He lived in a world of colors and feelings, unfettered by the constraints of societal expectations. His charm was intoxicating, and every conversation with him felt like a brushstroke on the canvas of her soul. He encouraged her to see beyond the concrete and steel, to embrace the vibrant chaos of life itself. As they spent more time together, Allure felt a growing desire to step out of her carefully constructed world and immerse herself in Adrian's. However, there was a darker side to Adrian's allure. Beneath his magnetic exterior lay a complex web of insecurities and fears. He was a man haunted by his past, struggling with addiction and a tendency to self-sabotage. Allure soon found herself caught in the gravitational pull of his emotional turmoil. She was drawn to his pain, wanting to heal and save him, believing that through love, she could anchor his chaotic spirit. As their relationship deepened, Allure's life began to unravel. Late nights spent with Adrian often led to early mornings filled with dread as she rushed to meet deadlines at work. Her once immaculate presentations began to falter, and whispers of discontent started circulating among her colleagues. Yet, every fleeting moment with Adrian felt like an escape from the mundane, and she found herself willingly sacrificing her professional reputation for the intoxicating rush of their love. In the beginning, their romance felt like a dream, a whirlwind of passion, creativity, and late-night conversations under the stars. They explored the city together, Adrian teaching Allure to see the world through an artist's eyes. He introduced her to underground art scenes, local musicians, and hidden gems that awakened her senses in ways she had never experienced. She felt alive, liberated, and free, and for the first time, she understood the profound beauty of desire. But as the months passed, the initial excitement began to dim. Adrian's demons resurfaced, manifesting in bouts of jealousy and anger. The passion that once fueled their connection transformed into something darker, a volatile mix of love and resentment. Allure found herself constantly walking on eggshells, torn between the man who made her feel alive and the shadows that lurked within him. The line between desire and danger blurred, and the weight of her choices grew heavier with each passing day. Allure became entangled in Adrian's world, his highs and lows dictating her own emotions. She sacrificed friendships and family relationships, isolating herself in a toxic cycle that left her feeling more lost than liberated. Her work suffered, and the accolades she once craved felt hollow in comparison to the chaos of her heart. Yet, she couldn't bring herself to leave him. The allure of desire was too powerful, too intoxicating. One fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the city, Allure made her way to Adrian's studio. She was filled with anticipation, hoping to surprise him with a home-cooked meal. As she entered, the atmosphere felt different. A palpable tension hung in the air. Adrian sat in the dim light, surrounded by canvases splattered with paint, but his gaze was distant, lost in thought. "Hey, I brought dinner," Allure said, her voice bright with optimism. He looked up, his eyes shadowed with something she couldn't quite place. "Not now, Allure. I need to focus." The words hit her like a punch to the gut. The vibrant energy that once thrummed between them felt muted, and for a moment, doubt crept in. "Is everything okay?" she asked, hesitantly approaching him. "Just a broken bar. Leave me alone for a while," he snapped, frustration lacing his tone. The words cut deeper than she expected. Allure stepped back, feeling the sting of rejection. She had come to nourish their relationship, yet he seemed more consumed by his inner turmoil than by her presence. Confusion clouded her mind as she wrestled with her emotions, torn between wanting to comfort him and needing to protect herself. "Adrian, please, talk to me," she pleaded. "I want to help." "Help? You can't save me, Allure. You have to understand that," he said, his voice softening but still laced with despair. "I'm broken." In that moment, Allure realized how deeply entangled she had become in Adrian's darkness. The allure of desire had transformed into a suffocating weight, threatening to crush her under its intensity. The chaos that once excited her now felt like a storm, and she was caught in its eye, powerless to escape. Days turned into weeks, and the cracks in their relationship widened. Allure watched as Adrian spiraled further into his addiction, retreating into a world where she couldn't follow. The late-night escapades turned into reckless abandon, and each time she tried to pull him back, he pushed her away. The vibrant hues of their love faded to a bleak palette, and the passion that had once ignited her spirit now felt like a prison. Allure sought solace in her work, immersing herself in projects that had once brought her joy. Yet, even amidst the steel and glass, she couldn't escape the gnawing ache in her heart. She began to realize that she had been living in a fantasy, a world where love could heal all wounds. But love, she learned, could also be a double-edged sword, an intoxicating blend of desire that could just as easily lead to destruction. One rainy night, as thunder rumbled in the distance, Allure made her way to a cafe tilde copyright where she often sought refuge. The warm light inside contrasted sharply with the darkness swirling around her. As she sat alone, staring into her cup of coffee, she overheard a conversation between two women at the next table. They spoke of love, loss, and the importance of self-worth. Their words resonated within her, echoing the thoughts she had suppressed for far too long. "I finally realized that I can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved," one woman said. "Love shouldn't cost you your soul." Those words struck a chord deep within Allure, awakening a long-buried sense of self-preservation. She had spent so long trying to save Adrian, sacrificing her own happiness in the process. The allure of desire had led her down a path of self-neglect, blurring the lines between love and obsession. In the days that followed, Allure found the courage to confront the truth. She invited Adrian to meet her at their favorite park, a tranquil oasis amidst the chaos of the city. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, she felt a mix of fear and resolve. "Adrian," she began, her voice steady but laced with vulnerability. "We need to talk." He looked at her, confusion etched on his face. "About what?" "About us. About these a broken bar cycle we're in," she said, her heart pounding. "I can't keep losing myself trying to save you." His expression shifted, anger flaring in his eyes. "So, you're just going to walk away, just like that?" "No, it's not like that," Allure said, fighting to maintain her composure. "I love you, but I need to love myself too. I can't be the anchor you're looking for if I'm drowning." Silence enveloped them, the weight of her words hanging in the air. Adrian's face contorted with a mix of rage and sadness, and Allure saw the vulnerability he usually hid beneath layers of bravado. For a moment, she felt a flicker of hope, but it quickly faded as she turned away, unable to confront the truth. "You don't understand what I'm going through," he said, his voice low. "I do understand," she replied, her heart aching. "But you have to want to change. I can't be your reason to fight if you're not ready." As they stood there, the sun setting behind them, Allure felt a sense of clarity wash over her. It was time to prioritize her own well-being. The allure of desire had drawn her into a tempest, but she could no longer allow herself to be swept away. With each passing day, Allure began to reclaim her life. She surrounded herself with friends, reconnected with family, and focused on her career. The pain of letting go was immense, but she discovered a strength she never knew she possessed. Gradually, the darkness that had threatened to consume her began to recede, replaced by a sense of purpose and self-love. Months passed, and as winter descended upon the city, Allure found herself thriving in her professional life. Her designs garnered acclaim, and her work began to reflect the vibrancy she had once lost. The passion that Adrian had ignited within her transformed into a burning desire to create, to innovate, and to embrace life on her own terms. One crisp evening, as snow blanketed the city, Allure attended an art exhibit featuring local artists. Among the crowd, she spotted a familiar fascia. Adrian stood across the room, his presence both comforting and unsettling. Memories of their time together flooded her mind, but instead of feeling drawn to him, she felt a sense of closure. Gathering her courage, Allure approached him, her heart steady. "Adrian," she said, meeting his gaze. "It's good to see you." He looked at her, the warmth of recognition softening his features. "You too, Allure. I've missed you." "Have you?" she asked, her voice even. "Or have you missed the idea of us?" His silence spoke volumes, and in that moment, Allure realized that she had moved on. The dark allure of desire that had once captivated her had transformed into a deep understanding of herself. She had learned that true love was not about saving someone else but about nurturing her own soul. As they spoke, the conversation flowed easily, but there was a bittersweet undertone. Allure could see the changes in Adrian, the struggles he still faced. But she also sensed a flicker of hope within him. He was still an artist, still passionate, and there was a part of her that still cared deeply for him. "Are you okay?" she asked, genuinely concerned. "I'm trying," he admitted, his vulnerability shining through. "I've been working on myself," Allure nodded, appreciating his honesty. "That's all any of us can do, just keep trying." As they parted ways that night, Allure felt a sense of peace wash over her. The dark allure of desire had once led her into a turbulent world, but it had also guided her to discover the depths of her own strength. She had learned that desire could be a beautiful thing, but it could also cloud judgment and lead to heartache if not tempered with self-love. In the following months, Allure embraced her newfound freedom, delving into her work and exploring new passions. She traveled to cities she had always dreamed of visiting, capturing the essence of their architecture through her unique lens. Each experience added another layer to her understanding of life, love, and the complexities of desire. As the seasons changed, so did Allure. She became more than an architect, she became a storyteller through her designs, using her creativity to inspire others. The once structured buildings evolved into vibrant spaces that reflected the ebb and flow of life itself. Her art resonated with those who encountered it, and her career flourished in ways she had never imagined. And yet, even amidst her success, the memory of Adrian lingered. It was a bittersweet reminder of a love that had shaped her, a lesson in the dark allure of desire. She understood that desire could be both a muse and a monster, capable of lifting us to unimaginable heights or dragging us into despair. Years later, as Allure stood atop a skyscraper she had designed, gazing out over the city she loved, she felt a profound sense of gratitude for her journey. She had learned that the allure of desire, while captivating, must always be balanced with self-awareness and love. She had embraced the chaos and found beauty in her own imperfections, forging a path that was uniquely hers. In the end, the dark allure of desire had led her not to Adrian, but to herself. And in that discovery, she found the true essence of love, via a love that began with self-acceptance, blossomed into passion, and ultimately became a beacon of hope for others navigating the intricate dance of desire. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.